Hello friends and welcome. Today's topic is going to be an integration of Viktor Frankl's logotherapy and mindfulness-based meditation. Now these two orientations, both of them have very extensive background, literature and research supporting their application, detailing their applications, researching their applications, effectiveness and different circumstances where they can be applied with most efficiency. It is not my purpose to review this literature or to give you a detailed insight into it, just to provide a little bit of snapshots of both so that you would be able to understand the basis of how we are going to combine Viktor Frankl's logotherapy with mindfulness-based practices. If you're in the therapy field, I think that most of these principles are going to be familiar to you. If you're a person watching from home, and you would just like to familiarize yourself with some of the basic principles of Viktor Frankl's logotherapy, I hope that you're going to find these resources equally helpful and useful. First, we are going to start with just listing a few resources and slowly guiding you into the basis of integrating these two approaches. I'd like to draw your attention to a movie that was recently published by Noetic Films. It's the Viktor and I movie. Here I have a sample of it, the copy. It's an Alexander Vesely film. Alexander Vesely also has another movie, and that one is about the life of Dr. Milton Erickson. Both of these movies that are available through Noetic Films are wonderful resources. One about the life of Dr. Viktor Frankl since his early childhood and then going on to Vienna and his practice and growing up, applying the principles of logotherapy and living them, validating the principles of logotherapy, the principles that life has a meaning under all circumstances, and that no matter what our life circumstances are, we have a will to meaning, which we can activate toward finding meaning. And the other movie is Dr. Milton Erickson's work, who is known as a psychotherapist and MD, a practitioner, who was very famous for his work in the area of hypnosis, which is an area that he developed and he utilized in the search for greater authenticity, for greater mindfulness, for greater self-awareness, and for helping his patients with wonderful, miraculous results to move on from where they were to where they could be. So these two approaches, if we could try to put them together, we need, of course, a theoretical foundation, a backbone, so to speak, of how we are going to integrate them. So if you remember in one of our recordings, we used an illustration of a little prism as a metaphor for our bodies, minds, and spirits. So we are going to think of human beings as three-dimensional. We have a body, we have a mind, and we are spirit. So in our spirit, that's our dimension, the noetic dimension, oriented toward finding meaning. Our body and mind is what we have. We live in our body and mind. We operate and act through our body and mind. They are the instruments of our spirit, searching all the time, looking for meaning, and to actualize that meaning, looking for actualizing that meaning in our present circumstances. If we took body and mind just very simplistically as two dimensions, we would notice that how it is that body and mind's dynamics are oriented toward homeostasis or equilibrium. When we are at peace, when we are mentally peaceful, then we have a mental balance and equilibrium. But that same dynamics doesn't apply to our dimension of spirit. Our dimension of spirit, according to Dr. Frankl, is a different dimension that is always reaching from what is to what ought to be, to what could be possible. So from the present circumstances, through our spirit, we are able to transcend our circumstances and look for meaning, and then actualize meaning in our present circumstances. So the dynamics in our spirit is different from the dynamics in our body and mind, which is homeostasis or equilibrium. In our spirit, we are oriented towards something beyond. There's a constant dynamics. And this dynamics was called no dynamics. I'm going to present you now another resource which I found very useful in terms of conceptualizing these dimensions. We have a textbook. There have been many textbooks written on logotherapy. I'm going to just present one briefly today. Logotherapy Revisited. It was written by myself and my husband. Review of the tenets of Viktor Frankl's logotherapy. So it was written by myself and my husband, and you will find a review of many of these principles in the chapters of this book, especially in the first couple of chapters where we are discussing the theoretical backgrounds of Viktor Frankl's logotherapy, the theoretical underpinnings. So as I continue, in the noetic dimension then, there is on continuous tension. Relaxation techniques, mindfulness-based techniques, are aimed at relaxing our body and mind so that we would be more authentically able to connect with ourselves. Logotherapy would take us a step further by combining mindfulness with the no dynamic tension between what is and what could be. To avoid being too technical, let's try and illustrate this with a concrete example of how we could use this in practice. As we said, we are in the state of meaning seeking, finding meaning, and actualizing meaning. And during this presentation, we are going to try to combine Viktor Frankl's logotherapy with meditation and relaxation. So the purpose of the combination is that we would relax our bodies, we would make our minds open up to the possibilities of possible meanings that we could realize in our particular circumstances, and use our ability for self-distancing and self-transcendence to find these points where meanings can be found, intuited, through our conscience. So in this combination of logotherapy and mindfulness, we are going to go from meditation to a little bit of transformative imagery. It's going to be a guided imagery exercise, including relaxation exercises, but going a little bit further, including our resources of the human spirit and our ability to intuit, to sniff out meaning potentials in every situation. Now, in the tradition of Viktor Frankl's logotherapy, we are not going to leave the present behind. We are not going to forget about experiences that maybe are painful to us, that maybe are hurtful to us. In psychotherapy practice, we have to be careful not to too much emphasize relaxation or meditation at the expense of total detachment from reality. Viktor Frankl would emphasize being in the reality, being in the presence, because even our suffering offers a unique situation that is irreplaceable, that makes us unique, irrepeatable, irreplaceable. And even the way in which we find the response to our suffering is unique, irreplaceable, and it makes us unique in the history of this world. So it gives us a unique vantage point. It gives us uniqueness. So we should incorporate a part of existential analysis into our relaxation. In order to do that, there is one final resource we are going to rely on, and that is going to be the last chapter of our other book. It's called Healing Ministry. Healing Ministry, in its last chapter, has some texts on the rainbow exercise. Now, the rainbow exercise is derived from the three-dimensional conceptualization of the human being. And to illustrate it very simply and just very quickly, this is the best way that I thought of doing it. Remember our little prism. What happens when the light passes through the prism? For the lack of a better illustration right now, I have a sheet of paper. What happens is that the light, that is a bright light, becomes broken up to its pieces. It becomes colors of the rainbow. These are the colors of the rainbow: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. Now, in this chapter of the Healing Ministry, we are discussing in a detail how the colors of the rainbow are universal human phenomena to relate to, and that each of the colors evokes certain emotions in us, in which we can relate to with our pain, with our suffering, we can relate our hope, we can relate our optimism, we can relate our area of freedom through the different colors that we can visualize. So now, in order to not to procrastinate further our practical example, let's try and follow this little case demonstration of how we would practically use relaxation and logotherapy together through this guided logotherapeutic imagery using the rainbow exercise. So first I would like you to find a comfortable seat. Sit very nice and comfortable in your chair. Make sure that you're in a peaceful surrounding for some time. This can be in your home or a space that you set aside. You don't need too much time, but the place needs to be quiet so that you would be able to concentrate on your thoughts, and more than your thoughts, on your feelings, on your cognitive and affective part, and connect that with the noetic part, the dimension of your spirit. So try to sit very comfortably. We're going to start the first part with the relaxation exercise. The first step of the relaxation exercise, after sitting very, very comfortably, I'm just going to adjust a little bit the monitor, is that you breathe very, very slowly, very, very deeply. How we are going to breathe is not shallow breathing into our chest, but we are going to breathe into our stomach, so to speak. So if you put your hand on your stomach and you feel it rising as you breathe in and lowering as you exhale, then you are doing proper, correct breathing that is going to help you relax. So do this a couple of times. You take a couple of deep breaths in and out, and in and out. And you can do this a couple of times until you feel nice and peaceful and rested. Now we are going to add to this step a step from autogenic training, Dr. Lucas's relaxation training, in which we combine relaxation with autogenic training to imagine that your limbs are nice, resting on the chair. Your arms are heavy and warm. You can repeat this to yourself. My arms are heavy and warm. And you're completely aware of your surroundings. There is nothing that is disturbing you at this time, but you're able to concentrate on your thoughts. You're able to concentrate on your feelings, and being fully aware of them, you're able to access your dimension of the human spirit, where your will is, the will to meaning. This will sustains you. It gives you strength. It is a strong will. It is a will that helped you through many difficulties, through many times, day and night. Your will was strong, and that same strong will is going to help you now in the present circumstances. As you concentrate on your will, and you know that your will has the way of opening to you the resources of your human spirit, take a few more deep breaths in and out. In and out. And when you are very, very peaceful, let your will guide you in your thoughts, in your imagination. Your will is able to guide you in a wonderful way. Trust your will. And now follow with me as we follow our will to meaning. to guide us to this treasury that we have in our spirit. How the spirit guides us is slowly but surely. If you wish, you can close your eyes and breathe in very, very slowly and very, very slowly again, in and out. You can let your will and your spirit guide you as if it was in your imagination, guide you through the treasure chest of your own resources. Imagine that in spirit you're getting closer and closer and closer to a source of light that is in front of you. As you get closer, you approach this light, it becomes brighter. You can feel it on your face, you can feel it on your skin, you can feel it right in front of you as you're coming closer and closer and closer to it. It is a white light. It is a white light. It doesn't have color right now. You come closer and you come to what seems like a window. You come very close to this window, which is the opening to the treasure chest of your inner resources, of your inner strength, of the real you, the real strength, who you are, the resources that you have inside your spirit. And you can choose, if you wish, to look through the window. And now as you look through the window, you all of a sudden, in your imagination, can start to imagine different colors that emerge as part of your rainbow unfolding in front of you with its magnificent, vivid colors. Which colors come to you first? Are they bright colors? Are they gentle colors? Are they comforting colors? Or are they colors right now that may stir you up? Are they colors that may resound with your pain or with your suffering? Notice the color. Notice the intensity of that color. Notice which color comes first to mind. And then, if you keep choosing so, choose another color. This time, a color that you choose to accompany this first color that emerged in front of your eyes. Which color would you choose to accompany your first color? Which color would you choose as a source of your strength to envelope the first color that may have been the color that you chose for your pain or current suffering? Which color would envelope the first color? Which color is strong enough and determined to envelope and guide the first color, to sustain the first color, to go along with the first color? And then as you think in the treasure chest of your dimension of spirit, which other colors would you like to add? Can you think now of other colors to add to your first two colors? Colors of the rainbow that represent hope, optimism, your will, your strength, your creativity, your imagination. And then as you do that, and if you wish, you can slowly allow those colors to gently fuse, to become one again, to become a bright light that gives warmth, and you can feel it on your face, and you can feel it on your skin, and you can feel it on your limbs. You can feel the strength of it in your entire body. And as you choose to step back from the window and perhaps gently lean back, close the window, you know that your light is within you. You know that the light will never leave you. You know that the light is accompanying your life no matter where you are, no matter what your circumstances are. As you choose to step back, again become aware of you breathing evenly, slowly, gently. It's well. You can step back from the window now, but you can come back anytime. You can revisit it anytime you choose. You just need to find a quiet place, and in the depth of your soul, when you find your peace, you can find your connection again with your strength through your will. That's going to help you to find strength, to use your optimism, to use your creativity, use your imagination, use your inner strength for finding a good response, the best response, the response that only you can give to the circumstances that are in your life, the challenges that await you, the ways in which life made you unique, one, only, irreplaceable, and wonderful. And knowing that there is this miracle inside you, you can now safely leave your window and close it and step back and become aware of your surroundings. And if you choose to do so, become aware of your breathing. And as you have been breathing in and out, slowly and gently, you may now want to open your eyes and become aware of your surroundings. So, friends, this would be an illustration then of no dynamics, of the no dynamics that is within us, the spiritual strength that is within us, that is helping us in our life circumstances find a unique response to our life circumstances, to our challenges. And we all of us possess this ability to connect with it. We just need to find the time and the way of doing it. And I hope that these couple of resources and demonstrations have been helpful, and I hope that you would be able to rely on this strength and to know that it's there with you and protecting you and guiding you whenever you choose to want to be in touch with it inside of you. It's guiding you because it's connected to more than you. It's connected with higher values, with ultimate meaning that is given to you, that is given and is calling you and is awaiting you, and it exists as the harmony in the universe, the greatness of the universe awaiting you and wanting you and knowing that you're unique, irreplaceable, lovable, and you have unlimited dignity and purpose that is waiting for you to discover. So wishing you well in your journeys, I say goodbye now, and I'm very sincerely grateful for listening and being with me. Thank you, and bye.